and welcome to Craft with Sarah and day 10 of the Halloween Craft Countdown, where I'm sharing 20 Halloween-themed Cricut projects in 20 days. 10 of the projects are designed by me, and 10 are guest designer projects from some of my crafting friends. Today's project is by Paulina from Made by Paulina UK, and it's this colourful Halloween tote bag using infusible ink. Paulina is a passionate crafter and skilled SVG designer who finds joy in creating simple yet captivating crafts for home decor and accessories. She enjoys exploring all of the endless possibilities with Cricut machines. I'm excited for this project as I've never tried using infusible ink before, so I'm looking forward to see how to use it. The files for this project are free for the next 24 hours. Here's how to download them. Register a free ticket for the Halloween Craft Countdown at craftwithsarah.com/HCC23. If you're already registered, check for an email from me with subject line Halloween Craft Countdown ticket information or any of the other emails from me that you've been sent throughout the countdown. Can't find them? Check your junk or spam box to see if they've gone there by mistake. These emails contain the link to view the countdown projects and download today's files. Scroll down this page to find today's project. Click the button to start the files automatically downloading to your computer or mobile device. Each download is only available for free for 24 hours after it goes live. If you've missed some, check out the Instant Access Bundle at craftwithsarah.com/HCC23 bundle, which gives immediate and ongoing access to all of the files from the Halloween Craft Countdown, plus loads of extra bonus designs. All downloads come in zip folders. You will need to unzip them before you can upload the files into Cricut Design Space.
Hi everyone and welcome back to my studio. I'm so excited to be working on the Halloween Countdown alongside Craft with Sarah, and today we're going to be making a very exciting project. We're going to test out the infusible ink sheets on a Cricut infusible ink compatible tote bag. Today we'll be creating this super cute Halloween style tote bag, perfect for your trick-or-treating or if you just want to wear something Halloweeny for the season. The items you are going to need for this project are Cricut infusible ink sheets. I've got these ones in this pink combination, but there's a whole variety of different colors that you can work with here. Also need one of the Cricut infusible ink tote bags. So this is the one I've got, it's just this creamy one. You can find all of these in most craft stores as well as online. These are actually really nice quality as well, which is really good. So these infusible ink sheets, they're actually permanent, so once you heat press this onto your tote, they won't go anywhere. Even in the wash, they should stay there forever, which is really good and really exciting, and I think this really elevates just use of normal vinyls. You will also need a heat press or an iron, and you can find directions for heating this with different types of presses on the Cricut website. I will be using my HGV Rond Auto Press today. For the infusible sheets, we need to preheat our base for 15 seconds, then we'll lay these on and heat it for 40 seconds at 195 degrees Celsius. But before we do that, we do need our cutting machine and the file that's available to download with the Halloween Countdown. For this Halloween Countdown, I designed a cute Halloween tote bag decal. I wanted something cute and funky, so that's why we've got books, something for all of the witches out there. First things first, we are going to open up the file in Cricut Design Space and then instruct our Cricut machines to cut it out for us on these infusible ink sheets. So I have just opened the SVG cut file on my Cricut machine, and I have changed the sizing slightly here on my one to be 23 by 27.37 centimeters because that's the size I think would look really nice on the tote bag, but you are welcome to change this sizing as much as you want. Check what materials you're using. If you're not working with infusible inks, if perhaps you're just doing a vinyl one, you might have different sizes of tote bags to work with, so double check these measurements. Make sure that they will fit your tote bag to the size that you would like them to be before you start cutting. Myself, I've tested this already and I know that this size is going to look really nice, so I'm just going to go ahead and click Make It. So this is what you will see if you're cutting out on a smart material. Because I'm using the infusible ink sheets, I'm going to change this to say on matte, and then it will change to be like this. We need to make sure that we put mirror on because it's going to be heat pressed. I'm gonna hit continue from here, select my Cricut Maker 3, and then find the compatible material on here, which is infusible ink. And we're just going to use the default cutting pressure. We just need to make sure we've got the fine point blade in clamp B, and then we can go ahead and load our ink sheet into the machine. So as you can see, I've got a few different colors here to pick from. And I'm just gonna lay this next to it just to sort of give myself an idea. I think I might go with this purpley one. I believe these will be brighter once they are pressed on, but we will see because I haven't really worked with these ones before. Now we're going to try and carefully get this off the board. And then we weed out the excess, so let's just slowly start. Now I have selected to use less pressure, but even with less pressure, it's still cutting through into the backing sheet, so just be wary of that when you're working with this material. It says on the Cricut website that if you crack this, it will be easier to peel off. Now we can press this onto our tote, so I'm just going to get my heat press ready. My heat press has just warmed up to be 195 degrees, and I've already set it up to auto press for me for 40 seconds. But before I do that, I'm just going to preheat the tote bag and then let it cool down completely. And this is to make sure there is no like creases or anything in the bag that would potentially interfere with my print. So I have a Teflon sheet for my machine, but you can also use the butcher paper that comes with the infuser. This is really just to make sure that everything stays nice and clean as we work. So I'm just going to press this for 15 seconds. Now I have a very nice and smooth surface to work with, so we're going to line up my infusible ink transfer as soon as this is cooled down. So flipping it upside down, I'm just going to line it up where I want it to sit. And then I'm going to put my Teflon sheet on top and put this into the machine very carefully. Now that it's done, I'm just going to very carefully pull out the drawer. And then very swiftly lift up the paper. If you have any pieces of paper left on your tote, use a bit of tweezer to grab them easily, because if you touch the infusible ink on any of their spots on here, it might transfer and have a bit of bleeding. My design is now ready. So here is my finished tote bag. Now this is done, and the infusible ink is quite literally just a transfer of the ink itself. So there is no like vinyl, it is stretchy, it's not going to peel up, it's permanently embedded into the fibers. It's basically, I'd say it's kind of like sublimation printing in essence, but instead of printing with sublimation inks onto the paper, you get a paper that's already got heat transfer inks on it, which I think is a really good idea for those people who don't have a sublimation printer, but you can still use the same kind of really long-lasting technique. So if you give it a try, I'd like to hear how you get on, and if you tried it out with just vinyls, I'd also love to see your results. Lovely little tote bag. It's actually such a cute little size, very convenient if you just want to go out to the shop and grab a couple bits. So there you have it, that's my tote bag created with the infusible ink. Give this project a try and let your creativity spark this Halloween season. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Crafting with Sarah and my channel Made by Paulina UK. I'll always be sharing more little craft ideas like this, as well as my lifestyle vlogs. Happy Halloween!
I hope you enjoyed this video on how to make a Halloween tote bag with infusible ink. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel for loads more Cricut crafts and Halloween fun. I hope to see you tomorrow for day 11 of the Halloween craft countdown. Don't forget the link to get the cut files for today's project is craftwithsarah.com/HCC23, but they are only free to download for 24 hours after this video goes live. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!